You ready for a day at Childminders? Yeah? Don't get too excited. Morning, how the devil are you? Well, excellent, me too, thank you very much for asking. It's been a while since we've had a proper sit down and a chat. It's been a busy start to the day. Went down to the gym, popped down to the Christmas tree farm as well. Going to be working down there through December, making some extra money because things are a little slow at the moment. So just to tide us over and make things healthier, that would be good. So I'm going to be doing that. Also been doing some work as well, just catching up on some bits and pieces. Done some editing of some client stuff and of my own stuff as well. Got a new podcast out tonight, which is one of my podcast growth tips. So go check that out. And yeah, it's been a fairly good, decent, busy day. But one of the things I'm talking about all of this week on my social media content is all about the fact of just getting started. So many people are just making excuses to not do stuff. I haven't got the right kit. I don't have the right microphone. I don't have the right camera. All that kind of stuff. What will people think of me? And there are so many different ways of being able to communicate the value that you've got to give. Remember, and I say this so often, if you're not communicating, nobody can hear what you've got to say. So you've just got to find a way that is suitable to you to start with. Don't get me wrong, video, doing something like this is the most powerful tool because people can see you, they can hear you, they can create that emotional connection with you. But there are so many ways of creating content with your phone. If you have a mobile phone, and you probably do, it's maybe in your hands right now watching this video, then you should be potentially stopping this video right now and making good use of that mobile phone. You can write a blog on it, you can take photos, you can record a video, you can record audio, you can post on hundreds of different social media channels across the world. TikTok, Snapchat, Firework, YouTube, Vimeo, Dailymotion, then you've got LinkedIn, then you've got Facebook and Twitter. There's so much out there that you could be using, and there's a form of content for everybody. So if you don't want to be seen or put your face to stuff, then maybe you could write a blog. If you're happy with your voice, then maybe you could do a podcast. You could turn that podcast into video content. If you don't know how to do it, speak to your local agency. They'll help you out, and probably for a fairly cheap cost. There's just so much you could be doing, but you've got to get started, because if you're not starting, then your competition are, and yeah, they're going to start communicating to your potential audience and giving them value and becoming their favourite person, and they'll start sharing their content and they'll get bigger and you won't grow. Simple as that. So you've just got to start thinking about communicating, because, and I've said it once in this part of the video already, if you're not communicating, nobody can hear what you've got to say. So stop the video now. Stop this video right now and go and create a piece of content, and then let me know where it is in the comment section. Right, on with this video, but pause it first. Go do your thing, then come back, unpause it, and continue with the video. Cool. How good's Pudsey? Morning, how the devil are you? Well, excellent. We're well as well, thank you very much for asking. It is Friday, Daddy Daycare Day as always, and we've had a busy start. We've had Baby Sensory, which he enjoyed thoroughly. We've met Pudsey because it's Children in Need Day, and now we're going to go and have some lunch, and hopefully at some point he'll have a nap and I can do some work. That would be nice. Max! Hiya! What are they up to? Is he giving you a bit of a nod? Just letting you know that Santa might come. Yeah? Max? Oh yeah? Let's go take you there, shall we? Oh! Look at this! Wow! Look at that! Hey! Oh, look at those baubles and the sparkly lights. Yeah? Can you see properly? Wow! And all the tinsel. What do you reckon? Should we get a photo for Mummy? Yeah? Ta-da! Oops! Daddy can't steer. Here we go. Morning, how the devil are you? Well, excellent, me too, thank you very much for asking. Daddy Daycare Day with Max and I. We've come out to Newbury. He's not been too well today, bless him. His teething is kicking in again and he's feeling a bit poorly and not really himself, so he's sleeping a lot. But at the moment, he's in good spirits, which is what we like. We are going to go out for dinner later on this evening because for the next couple of days I'm going to be away. I'm going to be up in Birmingham while Susanna watches Max because I'm going to a big convention there called Success Resouces where Cardone is going to be speaking at, Tai Lopez, hey that man, and Gary Vee as well, who's a big influence on some of the stuff that I do. So yeah, going to really look forward to that. But right now we're just going to have a nice afternoon chilling, relaxing in Newbury and seeing all the Christmas stuff and all the autumn bits and pieces in the gardens, yeah? So we're just going to go wander and see where the day takes us. Look at the Christmas tree, Max. Do you want to hold my hand as well? Come on then. Look at that Christmas tree! Wow! Alright then, it's the end of the day. Not really checked in very often today. It's been an interesting one, shall we say. Bless him, little Max is not in a good way with his teeth at all. Been kicking him off today big time. He's been drifting in and out of sleep, but when he's not been tired he's been really clingy and crying and upset and drooling and yeah, everything that goes with the teething. Bless him, I just wish all his teeth could come through now so it's all done and dusted, because he's been suffering with it for almost a year now, since last December. So yeah, bless his cotton socks. Anyway, I'm going to close out the day because I've got to be up really early. In fact, I'm going to be up about 4:30 in the morning because we have to be in Birmingham for around about 7:30. It's normally a 2-hour drive, but obviously I'm driving during rush hour, so I'm going to have to leave here just before 5 o'clock in the hope that I get there for 7:30. So I think that's exactly what I'm going to do, and maybe fall asleep in the car park if I get there early. And yeah, then we will start Success Resources, whatever. Yeah, this convention thing that I'm going to. I'm really only actually going to go and see Gary Vee. The rest of the guys that are speaking, I'm sure there'll be some very interesting people. Russell Brand is one of them. Like I said, Tai Lopez, Cardone. But it's generally going to be a bit of a sales fest. I can pretty much guarantee that. But I'm interested in seeing what Mr. Vaynerchuk has got to say, so that should be pretty good. Anyway, right, I'll see you tomorrow. Sleep tight, don't let bedbugs bite you, sweet dreams, and set your alarm. We're up early. See you tomorrow. Bye! Morning, how the devil are you? Well, excellent, me too, thank you very much for asking. Here we are at the NEC in Birmingham for Success Resources. I'm here for the next couple of days. Now, I know most of this is going to be a 100% sales fest. It's not what I'm here for. I'm not here for all the bullshit that's going to be on the stage. I'm pretty much just here to watch Russell Brand. He's going to be on stage, and I reckon he could be quite interesting. And Gary Vaynerchuk. I've filmed Grant Cardone in the past, so I don't really need to sit and watch him. And absolutely none of the other speakers appeal to me in any way, shape, or form. And they'll all be just there to sell their product. So most of today and tomorrow is going to be networking, hopefully meeting with people, maybe doing some collaboration, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to get myself in there, but before I do, just kind of quickly wanted to cover off one of the big news stories today, which is really interesting, and still so many people fighting against using social media for their brand, for their business, yet Kylie Jenner has just over the last 24 hours sold 51% of a share of her business to the makeup brand Coty, a big American makeup brand, which now values her business at over $1 billion. I think it's $1.2 billion. They've sold 51% share for $600 million. That's a lot of money. And how has she made that? By being an influencer online, being a brand in her own right. Obviously, she's got like 150 million people follow her on Instagram, 22 million people follow her brand on Instagram. So yeah, there's a lot of money that needs to be looked at and spent potentially online, because right now, if you ain't using social media for your brand, you are in a bit of a hiding to nothing. Anyway, right, let's get ourselves into the NEC and grab a coffee.
Historical high. Can you really make a lot of noise? Come on! Station. You don't want to be down at the docks after 5 p.m. Especially if you're all white.
Yours. Please enjoy.
Thank you, mystery woman.
Alright then, it's been quite the day, a lot of sales going on, but Russell Brand was very entertaining at the end, really enjoyed him. Tomorrow's going to be a full one, because even though Tai Lopez is on, there's also Lena Cardone, Grant Cardone, and finishing off the day with Gary Vaynerchuk as well. So it's going to be a full day, but right now I've come down to my mate's. He lives on the corner. He's a voiceover. I met him years ago, called Mark Silk. He's done all sorts of stuff. He was Johnny Bravo, Scooby-Doo, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to have a catch up and yeah, have a nice evening. So I will see you in a mo.
Charge for it and charge for it. I bet many mothers and grandmothers have said, Paul, that's it.
Dinner with my husband, who's supposed to be on a date with me because it's my birthday or our anniversary or whatever, but he wants to get
Say T-Rex! T-Rex! Let's get it on, okay? Let's get it on today. I'm so happy to be with you. I want to thank Success Resources. Mr. Gary Vee!
and has these platforms and has these opportunities is ludicrous. The far majority of our grandparents could have never dreamed of being able to start their business or reach this many people at a zero cost. We demonize Instagram and Facebook dropping their organic reach when we don't realize that the platforms are free. When the way we used to have to reach people through newspaper and radio and television, they didn't give us free commercials. We didn't get free full-page ads in the paper. We paid an enormous amount of money to have the chance to communicate. These platforms are now free, and you just get to communicate. And yes, because of the business model they may drop the organic reach as more ads go into it. But we cry about that as modern business and marketers without realizing how entitled we are. It is free. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, podcast, Snapchat, TikTok. If you are not doing that to the tune of 20, 30, 40 pieces of content a day, not 40 original thoughts, 40 pieces of content, the same thought, post-produced 6 different ways because you videoed it, but then you write the copy of the words you said as a LinkedIn post, 2 pieces of content, not 1. You take the best quote from it and you make it a still shot, Pinterest post. 3, you just write it out in your notes pad. You don't need a fucking D-Rock or a production team or every fucking other excuse you come up with for not fucking making content.
Go D-Rock!
Where are you, D-Rock? It's dark as shit here. Hi, D-Rock. Listen to me. This is a game of execution. We are living in a land grab of attention that's happening on the internet. The people that are winning understand that and are fully committed to it. The people that are not. It's as basic as that. I don't care if you sell watches, you're a real estate agent, you're a lawyer, you sell concrete. I'll say it one more time. You sell concrete. If you sell concrete as a B2B business, you should be making 10 pieces of content a day for LinkedIn and you would be getting business. There is an uncomfortable level of opportunity and yet people still walk around confused. What's more frustrating is you have the luxury, the people that raise their, one more time, people that consume my content? 99% of the world who has no fucking idea who I am. You have the luxury of getting the content in detail for free, and you're still not executing. It's one thing to not know. It's another thing to know and not do anything about it, which is what's led me to the thing that I want to talk about here a little bit, which is, oh shit, I've started realizing the reason that people don't post is not because they don't understand the tactics, since I've given it away for free every fucking day, and then once a fucking year or twice, I create a huge fucking deck for free to show you how to do it exactly. No. People aren't posting because they're actually insecure. They're actually crippled by judgment. They want the riches that comes along with awareness, but they can't deal with the negative feedback that is a cost of entry to be in the game. I see you overvalue positive comments. You overvalue compliments, which makes you vulnerable to negative comments. A trick to be able to deal with the haters and the trolls is stop overvaluing the comments that give you compliments in your feed. This way you will not be vulnerable to the negative comments. You love it when they say you're fucking lit. You love it when they say you're hot and smart and cool and epic, which is why you crumble when they tell you that you suck and are ugly and stupid. My friends, we need to figure out in the 2 extremes of mindset strategy and in understanding tactical execution why you're not playing in these extremes and why you're playing in the middle. That's it. That's the entire keynote. How were you raised and what are your circumstances that have made you insecure to judgment, whether that's your parents, your uncle, your best friend, your brother, your spouse, or strangers. And then once you spend a lot of time understanding that you're insecure and that's why you're flexing. You know how many people go on vacation just for the Instagram photo? People overspending on shit they can't afford for the flex. Instagram had to hide likes because you fuckers are so insecure. The tactics are easy and hard. I live it every day. I write the copy. I reply to the DMs. I reply to the texts. I write the tweets. I live it every day. I do it. I do it. That's why I understand it. I'm in the trenches. It's not super complicated. It's so important for me to still be good at my craft, otherwise I could bring no value if I don't know. If I'm sitting in the non-trenches, I'm vulnerable. If you're not in dirt, you're fucking finished. Everybody wants to outsource non-scalable behavior. The only way I know how to do stuff is to be in the behavior because it's the craft. You can't outsource the thing that matters the most. The single thing that matters the most in our society today is the ability to communicate. Communication is the punchline. You must debate the conversation with yourself in this room right now if you are not the actual practitioner of the creative. The hire your 21-year-old niece to do your social media is a huge vulnerability. You as a business owner must be the practitioner, if for nothing else, that you can then judge the people you hire or work with if they're good at it. Period. End of story. I would be more passionate of you understanding how to produce pictures and videos and written words for the 10 platforms than your ability to balance your own checkbook. That's how much I personally value communication in 2020.
Alright then, it's a few days after the Success Resouces event. It was an interesting event. It was good to see a lot of familiar faces. I went down there, I caught up with Peter Malls at the very start. He's a business coach from around here. Been to his networking events, met up with his friend as well, one of his clients. Also met up with Chris Spratling, my old business coach, and somebody who works with him. And then met up with Darren Toms, who lives in Andover, and we keep meaning to try and get together, but he travels the world a lot with his work. And believe it or not, we just both happened to be in Birmingham for the same event, so it was really good to see him. And in fact spent most of the 2 days actually with Darren, which was really nice and actually a bit of a godsend because the event itself was very salesy, and I expected that. You don't really go to that kind of event and expect to get a massive amount of value, because it ain't gonna happen, because not everybody is like myself or like other creators out there who give a lot of value and quite happily give it for free. So a lot of the guys who were up on the stage had already paid to be there, so obviously they have to try and recoup their costs somehow. But what that ends up meaning is that their talk becomes a bit pointless because they're not giving any value. There's no real takeaways from it, because the takeaway from it is that you need to go on their course or you need to book a one-to-one with that particular person to get any benefit from what they spoke about. So for example, one guy was selling software, so then you needed to then go on his course to then get hold of his software, so then you could continue to do what he was doing. Another guy was an investor. Tai Lopez was there. I didn't even bother going into his talk. Cannot stand the guy. So yeah, a lot of the guys there were there to sell, and don't get me wrong, selling is not a dirty word, but it wasn't what I was there for. There was only one reason I went, and it was to tick off something from my bucket list, and that was to see Gary Vee talk live. The unfortunate part of that was that Tai Lopez thought his time was far more valuable than anybody else's, so overran by 25 minutes, which meant we lost a significant amount of time from Gary's talk. In fact, he was meant to be on for about 1 hour and 20, and we got 40 minutes. Which kind of sucks. So thanks, Tai Lopez, for that. You suck even more than people really originally thought you did. But anyway, as an event, it was very well organised. Obviously, they're not going to give out a schedule of things that are happening. So a lot of people were complaining about not knowing when different people were on. but that's never going to happen. Russell Brand was fantastic on day one, absolutely brilliant. I only watched about half of his talk because I went to go and spend some time with my friend Mark, but he was absolutely incredible. Day two, Grant Cardone, I filmed with him in the past. He was good as always. Obviously still ultimate salesman and still selling, but he was an interesting talk and good to listen to. His wife was relatively interesting, a bit of an interesting story. She wasn't there to sell anything, which was good. And then obviously Gary came on stage, and even though we were shortchanged from Tai Lopez, he was still well worth the ticket price alone. I only paid 39 quid, so I can't complain. And I got to see Gary Vee live. I've ticked that off my bucket list now. If I get a chance to go and see him again for around about the same price, I probably would do it, but I would definitely want to make sure I'm going to get the full amount of time this time, because he did a Q&A, but there was a big queue of people and only 2 questions got answered from either side of the room, which was kind of a shame. So yeah, it would have been good to see a lot more get answered and get more value from the event. But it was good to see Gary Vaynerchuk, even though the rest of the event was very much snake oil salesman and just selling the magic pill, the miracle dream that means tomorrow your business will be making money or you could be a millionaire. And we all know that is utter bollocks. So I'll leave you on that note. Thanks for watching. Until tomorrow, have a good one, sleep tight, don't let the beverage bite, sweet dreams, and be healthy. Bye.